welcome to the Red V TV Instant Fan Reaction, supported by A-Star Recruitment for the 2019 season, as we look back on St Helens' 30-12 victory over the Warrington Wolves at the Halliwell Jones Stadium. As you can see, I'm on my own this evening. Kev is otherwise engaged, so it's a little bit of a monologue. Saints missing stars, obviously Lachlan Coote, Alex Walmsley, Morgan Knowles all missing out through injury. James Roby rested with the little bit of a niggle. And Mark Percival and Theo Farge given a rest this week. And do you know what? I don't think we get the credit we deserve. Missing 6 key stars, 6 players who will play at Wembley should they all be fit. But did we miss them this evening? Probably not. We've gone to Warrington. Yes, they've been missing players. And that's all we've heard about, how many players they've got out. But we were missing 6 of our own, and we've still come away with a comprehensive 18-point victory. That leaves the Wolves closer to the bottom of the table than the top. Jack Wellesby giving another go at fullback this evening. Lomax moving back into the halves to partner Danny Richardson. For me, Jack Wellesby, absolute man of the match. I thought he was brilliant. Came into the line really well. And will he end up in the halves in the future? Well, on tonight's performance, you could eventually see him replacing Lachlan Coote at full-back when Lachlan decides to call her a day at St Helens. That's obviously a distance in the future. But Wellesby deserved man of the match. But all the youngsters stood up well. I thought Jack Ashworth had a good game. James Bentley, the likes. And do you know what? It's the youngsters' performances that this season has been built on for me. It's give Justin Holbrook the opportunity to rest players, key players for bigger battles ahead. But when the youngsters have come in and they've played in pretty much a full-strength side, they've slotted in like they've never been away. Aaron Smith, understudy to James Roby, had another good game this evening. Him and James Bentley probably having a decent battle for the role at 9. It started off a little bit niggly this evening, I thought. Maybe a couple of handling errors, a couple of loose balls, penalties given away, but you get that in games like this. And do you know what? For many, they would have been forgiven for thinking that this was going to be a little bit of a glorified friendly. Obviously, the League Leaders' Shield was wrapped up last week. Sides meeting at Wembley in a couple of weeks. The attendance this evening, probably not as big as you would expect normally for this fixture. But with both sets of fans having the semi-finals a couple of weeks ago at Bolton, the final to come at Wembley. So maybe not as big, but those that were there tonight were treated to an absolute show. But with a familiar outcome. Saints only losing 4 out of 33 since in the Super League era at Warrington. So Justin Holbrook, I'll be really pleased. I thought Kyle Amor stood up well tonight as well. He's talked in recent weeks about wanting to force his way and make sure that he plays at Wembley after missing out on a couple of finals under Justin. And I don't think he did his chances any harm at all tonight. That lung busting run from the dropout, going 40 metres through the line, offloading to Paolo to score, was, well, for the highlight reel, isn't it? The only thing he didn't do was do a little dummy himself and go in on his own. The question is what we do next week. We've got Leeds coming up. Do we go full strength? Do we rest everyone and wrap them in bubble wrap ahead of that final 9 days later? I think the likelihood is that we'll go something in between. I think a couple of the rest of the players, Percival and Farge, will come back into the side. Maybe Farge and Lomax, the first choice half-back partnership, will play together just to maybe get a little bit of rustiness of the pairing because they haven't played together for a bit out of it. I don't think we'll see James Roby. I think James Roby will be rested until Wembley and just wrap him. He is wrapped in bubble wrap now for the big games because you know we can just turn up on the day and perform. I don't see any of the big players, the injured players coming back. Walmsley will probably miss out again. Coote and Knowles maybe. Do you play Luke Thompson next week? Possibly not. Give him a rest up, a week off. But that said, whoever this 17 is that Justin Holbrook picks for next week, I expect them to go to Leeds and win. They're more than good enough to do it. Saints now 14 points clear at the top of the table with 5 games to go. Wolves, Warrington only 14 points off the bottom, but they're safe from relegation. I don't think you can read too much into this evening's result about what we'll see at Wembley. I think Saints on the day, if we turn up, are the better side, and I think both sets of fans would agree that. But we know that on the day, anything can happen. I think we just need to take tonight's result for what it is. Another 2 points, another win over a team who want to be our rivals. Let's hope we get to Wembley in its 4th time lucky, and we haven't used up all our luck over the Wolves this year. But do you know what? This side are more than capable, if they play the normal game, of going to Wembley and getting the result for us. So we just need to get Leeds out of the way next week. For me, do you know what? You could scratch it off. I'm not fussed as long as nobody gets injured. I'm sure you'll agree. Let us know in the comments below who your man of the match was this evening, what your standouts were, and hopefully next week we will return for the Red Reed preview show. I'll try and get a guest. Not sure whether I will, but I'll try my best. If not, we will see you at Leeds next Thursday night for another Instant Fan Reaction. So thank you for the 1,400 of you that have subscribed already. It's free. All you need to do is sign in, subscribe, and you will get our feed up on your timeline. And we do appreciate everybody watching. So like, share and subscribe. And we will catch you next week for another preview show and fan reaction. 6.5 minutes. That's what happens. That's how short it is when I've not got Kev to interrupt. See you soon.